and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even gotten started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business. Okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Bar. Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
What's good, people? How y'all doing?
What's
Yo,
going
yo, yo,
on?
yo.
Welcome in, welcome in. How y'all feeling, fellas?
I can't
Good, man.
complain. Witness up
Good.
there.
Right. We got some type of echo going. I'm trying to see. Or is it just y'all talking at the same time?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, but well, cool. Well, I got a topic today, but we're gonna get into it in a second. My topic today is let's talk about your biggest mistakes that you made in business, and you wish you could have, avoided those, from the earlier, basically before once you learned that lesson. So we'll get into that. But before we do, I guess we should go ahead and introduce ourselves. So I'll go ahead and get us started. I am AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Some know me as Clean Business Goat. We've been doing this for a while now, right here on this YouTube channel and any other platform on social media, helping people start, grow, and scale cleaning companies. I particularly specialize in commercial cleaning. However, cleaning is cleaning. We helped a lot of people. So that is me in a nutshell. Let's see who else we got with us here.
Yo, yo. I'm Tony Williams, CBN veteran, former cleaning business owner, turned cleaning business consultant. Man, I'm just happy to be here as always, man, and add value where I can.
For sure.
Awesome. Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Sherman Lewis. I am the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning Company and Clean Success Staffing Solutions, VA Staffing Solutions, Clean Success Academy. I am the person to talk to when it comes to systemizing and automating your business.
All right, all right. Let's get into it, y'all. So, anybody want to get started off until we get the people going? By the way, if you are watching this live right now, don't be scared because we got the cameras off. We still here and it's still us. All right. So,
Mhm.
I'm just fresh out the gym. I was like, I feel like doing camera off today. I don't even feel like trying to act like I got it all together today. I'm got to get home to these kids. Luckily, my son volunteered to cook today, so he down there cooking. So I'm gonna make sure I'm checking to make sure he burned down the house. But all is good though, and then we gonna get to it. But anybody want to jump in on the topic? So the topic is top mistakes we've made in business so far. Tony or Sherman, the floor is yours.
Okay, I'll start off. I think one of the I mean there are a lot, but the number one thing I think I mistake that I made was not getting a mentor or getting kind of somebody that I can kind of bounce ideas off of, a mentor or a coach or something a lot sooner than I did. That's just one of them, but I think it would have expedited or sped up my journey a lot quicker. I wouldn't have had as many obstacles and pitfalls that I had trying to figure everything out myself. So I think that was number one for me. Not number one, but one of the things.
I can agree to that one for sure. I got to co-sign that one. And
Yeah.
speaking of, if you know you need a mentor or coach and you don't want to make that mistake that we both made, 1010program.com. That's www.1010program.com to make sure you can get one because we are here to help you. But hey, we can go, and feel free to be long-winded today, by the way. So that's what we're here
Okay.
for. But especially while they ain't got no questions coming in. But yeah, I definitely can attest to that. I'm still in that one. But what else you got? You said you got a few, so keep cooking.
Okay, so I mean, not just that with getting a mentor or a coach. The other thing is creating my systems and documenting everything in the beginning. Right. Once you, and AJ talks about this all the time. If you've ever watched anything that he's ever had, he talks about documenting your journey and creating systems. Right. And I didn't do that in the beginning. So not doing that in the beginning, it makes it a lot harder to try to go back after the fact and trying to create, step by step procedures for everything that gets done, systems, processes, and all that stuff. So, operating procedures, everything should be documented. That way you can get to the point where you are not the bottleneck in your company, right? And somebody else can come in, or you can delegate somebody else to perform a task that gives you the flexibility to be able to work on other things within your business, as opposed to working in your business. You can work on your business and help grow it even quicker. But I'll let Tony jump in. I know he has a few of them that he wants to put in there also.
Um, yeah, man, I definitely again co-signing on both of those. Um, you know, for me, man, I got a few of them that just pop in my mind all at once. So I'll kind of try to do them in order that I experienced them in. First thing, very first thing is as y'all know, I had a business partner when I started my business. And even though I had a business partner, we both were just kind of just doing whatever. I was doing most of the stuff because my partner was still working. Um, but there was no flow to what we were doing. Like we were just both kind of just making it work how we could make it work. And a big turning point in our business is when we both sat down and made the decision that you gonna focus on these things and I'm gonna focus on these things. And once we did that, like, man, stuff started jumping and turning around so quick because it wasn't both of our hands on everything. It was, he was focused on the marketing, and y'all know Taylor, and y'all see what he's done with that, like now. So he got really dialed in to the marketing and running our finances, and I just focused on sales and operations, um, like solely. I didn't worry about marketing. Didn't Of course, we reviewed finances and stuff, but for the most part, he was the one that held that down. And I just wish we would have started out like that because we probably could have had some movement a lot quicker. I wouldn't have been focused on trying to learn everything. I just would have been focused on, becoming a master at my thing.
For sure, for sure. So basically, defining those roles from the beginning and being clear about them.
Straight from the jump. Yes, sir.
For sure. All right.
Um,
What else you got?
Man, like I said, I got a couple of man. Abdicating responsibility instead of delegating it. That was a big thing. I lost a really big account because of that. You get people and you make the systems and stuff like that, and then you trust that they're doing it without thoroughly verifying. So, hey, he looked like he doing the work. Nobody ain't complaining, blah, blah, blah. So I don't need to worry about him no more. He got this under control. And, light check-ins instead of thorough check-ins and inspections and stuff. And we ended up losing the account because on the surface, that person had a really good mouthpiece, and could make the client smile and stuff. But his biggest flaw was delivery. And that's 100% my fault because I just trusted him to just do it instead of doing my part consistently and constantly following up, making sure that everything was right. So, people just don't confuse the two. Delegation, you have the thing that works, you know what the outcome is, there's a follow-up process, like all of that stuff is a part of delegation. Abdication, you pass it off and just kind of hope for the best. And most of the time, that doesn't end well.
Yep. Same thing, same thing. I gotta steal yours too, like I did Sherman's. Like same exact thing, and I still make that mistake to this day. Uh, William Wade, I always remember him for saying it, but I feel like he might have said it after he heard me say it, but who knows? But either way, it's his now because I remember him saying it. And he says, "Expect what you inspect," and I might have got that from somebody else. Who knows? But but I mean, expect what you inspect, and so we put things in place and people in place and systems in place, and you just want to walk off. We want to be done with it. You think it's set it and forget it. It's not a. It's never a forget it. It's set it, but still inspect it. You know what I mean? Keep checking on it because it ain't never like just like that. Oh, she said my mic is low. Okay, cool. Let me bring that closer. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, it ain't never just a. Oh, we done now. I hired somebody. They got it under control. Blah blah blah. Nah, I don't work like that. So is that a little bit better? Am I low to y'all too?
No, you sounded fine.
Yeah, it's not good.
All right, cool. But yeah, but that, I just want to piggyback on that. Anybody else want to jump in there and expound on a little bit more?
Shoot, I got so when it comes to that inspect, I mean expect what you expect. I've always done it backwards. You know, inspect what you expect. You know, Jared, anybody that's ever worked with me will tell you that I am proudly a micromanager. You know, when I bring somebody onto the team or I hire somebody new or anything like that, like I'm on you until I know that you got it. And once you prove to me that you got it, you just got to prove it, you know, one time that you understand what we're doing and now I don't have to say anything. And now I leave you alone completely. But in the beginning, I am definitely a micromanager. And so, like when it came to that, it was more so inspect what you expect. So, like I would do it where I'm coming in looking for exactly what I trained you to do, exactly what I know you're supposed to do every single time. You know, and I would do that and inspect it over and over again until that expectation is being met, and then it lightens up, and I'll just follow up more so. But man, I that was another one of the moments I was trying to change my management style, from what I had been doing for the past, 15 years almost. I tried to adjust my management style and just like, hey man, he got it. Let me leave him alone. He gonna do his thing. And, it blew up in my face. So, I don't do much hands-on or one-on-one training. I do mostly sales now, kind of like what AJ was talking about on his video earlier today. So, I'm not with the team like that doing the training anymore, so I don't have to be all crazy. Um, but definitely adjusted my management style, and it didn't work out.
That's interesting. I was waiting to see if Sherman's going to jump in.
Yeah, yeah. So, I piggyback. I mean, we can go on for days and days and days about the stuff.
Let's do it because
We,
ain't nobody
yeah,
asking no questions. Let's go
they
in.
sure enough aren't.
Hey, you
They
know I
sure
got
enough
thoughts
aren't.
for everything, but I be trying to shut up. So
Yeah, yeah. So I was gonna announce something, but nobody's really they're not really interacting just yet. So we'll see how they interact, and I'll decide if I'm gonna do it. But anyway, so another thing that we or me that I wish I had done when I started and just really focused on, I don't know, just a mistake. I think my mistake was hiring, not being prepared to hire when I got an account. So I wasn't actively really kind of accepting applications and doing interviews and all that other stuff. So when I got an account, I ended up rushing to did everything AJ told me not to do, but I ended up rushing to hire somebody just to put somebody in the position. And it ended up not being the right person because I wasn't prepared. I just jumped and got the first person to kind of apply to the job. So being always accepting application, always doing interviews and stuff like that, and building not necessarily your team, but building a list of vendors or people you can reach out to when those opportunities actually come about. People ask the question, what do I do first? Do I hire first or do I get the account first? Which one comes, Is it the chicken before the egg? What's the answer? And the answer is both. You should always be doing both. You should always be, accepting application. You should always be doing interviews and stuff like that. Now, whether you have a position for them, to fill at the moment, you may have in a position, you may not have a position, but you have that information when you do get that position. So you should always have be in a mindset or a mode of always accepting applications, taking applications, doing interviews. Like for instance, when I have a job posting on Indeed or whatever, and I know I've already filled a position. I've already filled a position for the job, but somebody will call my phone, even though I tell them not to call, they still call which I don't hate on them because they did the research to find my number. So they call me and say, well, I'm checking to see if you guys have any opportunities. I take the time. It's not really extensive, but I'll ask them about their experience. I'll ask them about ask them their name. What cleaning experience do you have? Which position did you apply for? And stuff like that. And even though, it's not a real interview, it helps me remember their name when I go and check that list of people that actually applied. So you should always have an opportunity to speak to people. You should always have the ability to be able to, you know, take an application or send them to your site in order for them to fill out an application. That goes into the systems and automations and stuff like that, where, do you walk around with paper copies of your application? We used to. I hope to God you still don't do that. But if you do, it's fine. Just get into, well, I can't say get into automations, but get with us and we can teach you how to make that automated so that you don't have to walk around with that stuff. You just send them to your site, your link or whatever. I'm sorry. You want me to stop?
Yeah, nope, nope. I say you can say it because now you get into 1010. That's the automations now. It's one and the same. So get in 1010 program, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. So AJ, matter of fact, you announced it in the video you did today.
There you go.
Talking about the 1010 program. Yeah. So in the 1010 program, and I'm not gonna go too in depth about it, but if you're we just the beginning of this month, we ended the automations course, direct kind of access to the course. But here's the great part of that is that now you can get that in addition to the 1010 program. So when you join the 1010 program, the automation is going to be included in that. Now there's more stuff that goes on to that. I'm not going into detail about that, but just know you need to get it now because the price of the 1010 program is going back up to basically coincide with the addition of the automation course. And if you know how much the automation course was and the 1010 program, you realize you better do something now, or if you wait, you're just gonna, well, it's on you. I'll stop there.
All
Okay.
right, cool. I
Man,
appreciate
I
everybody
was waiting.
for
I was waiting on the horn, man. I was waiting on the horn.
that. My
Man,
fluffy,
y'all
my
go
bad.
go
And tell
ahead
your
and get in
friends.
that 1010, man.
Get in there. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I was trying to do a million things, and somebody had texted me, distracted me. Here we go. All right. Bam. Where we at? We're gonna start here.
I got another one.
Okay, bad. What you got
Like,
before we
hey,
close
hey,
up?
bro, let me just tell y'all real quick, man. Like, if you on this, man, get used to failing. Get used to screwing up, get used to messing up. A big thing that I'm very appreciative about my business partner and our relationship. We're very similar in the sense that if we gonna screw something up, we want to hurry up and screw it up. Like get it out the way. Like mess it up, get it out the way, so we can learn from it.
Yep.
So when y'all hear us talk about these mistakes, if you notice, none of us ain't crying about it. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, like every one of us learned some critical lessons like from those mistakes that we made. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that I made, and it was more of a hindsight thing. I didn't realize it until a mentor brought it to my attention. Um, but man, like learning how to like getting a method to your bidding. Like it's not a right or a wrong. Like it's really not because it's your business. Like but having a consistent method to how you do and why you bid the way you bid. Like so it's not just well, I just thought that was good. Well, I'm gonna pay somebody this much, so I just figured out I would do it that way. and now you're underbidding, overbidding, like, and you have no clue at all. Like you don't know that you're overbidding, you don't know that you're underbidding, because you don't know why you're bidding what you're bidding, other than to get that number that looks good on that invoice. And man, like, we won a lot of small accounts, and we lucked up, because hey, luck does happen in business. Like,
Mhm.
but we lucked up a few times as well, and was able to secure some pretty good size accounts that, when I look back over it, like, there's no way we should have won them accounts with those margins. Like, but there's also some that we were way too skinny on, and our margin was way too low. But it's about figuring that out. Like, the margins matter. Like, when you're stacking stuff up, when you're stacking up accounts. That's why, some of these companies, gosh, what's his name? Josh, over at Athens. Like, he runs. Well, I don't know if he still does, but I know at one point he had his staple was, small accounts. Like, he just had a whole bunch of small accounts, because in those smaller accounts you pulling 40, 50, sometimes 60% margin, depending on how you're bidding it, and especially if you have employees where you're paying them by the hour and stuff like that. Like, that can start to stack up. But then there's also some instances where, hey, you get these big accounts that you getting $20,000 a month, but then when you're looking at your margin from it, it's a 10%, a 9%, a 8%, because you just bid it wrong. But you were so happy that that number at the top looked so good, that you didn't think about the fact that, dang, relative to what I'm actually, charging them, I'm not really making much. So, definitely get a method to your bidding. AJ has the app, but I would also encourage you to learn,
Mhm.
what are those numbers you're putting into the app? Why are you putting those numbers into the app? Like, do those numbers, like, work for your business? Because that's a big reason AJ has it, where you can adjust things on the app. But man, I can't tell you how many people I talk to that just plug numbers into the app and say, all right, cool. Like, as time, well, that's cool in the beginning, but as time goes on, you gotta get a better understanding of your margins and stuff in your business. So that man, that would have saved us so many headaches early on, and I honestly probably would have won a lot of accounts that I ended up losing, because there were so many accounts that, y'all know how I go. You go through that walkthrough, they following up good, everything going good, but then once they get all the other bids and stuff, they can't work with you, because your price too high, and it's unjustifiably high. You can't tell them why your price is higher. It's just, oh well, we're better than everybody else. No, that don't work. You know, that's a line item on their expense budget. So we're better than everybody else, just ain't gonna work. Like, hey, we do this consistently, we excel here, um, successfully. We have these certifications, these are our recommendations, our references, and stuff like that. If you're gonna bid high, you better be able to bring all that stuff to the table as well.
I see you
Absolutely,
did it.
man.
Look.
You know what? I'll say this. One thing that I did, I'm a researcher. I'm a person that likes to actually figure out how things work. So AJ provides and CBN provides a calculator for you, but understanding how those numbers actually work, because the calculator isn't going to always be your exact answer. A calculator is more of an estimate. You have to decide if that number works for what you are doing, right? So how do you know that? You don't know that because you're just going off of what the calculator says. Whatever pops up, that's what the number I'm going to put in, right? So you have to understand production rates and all that other stuff, how your team works, how your team performs in different situations. So understanding your own uh, pricing system will definitely help. You use the CBN calculator to get you in the general ballpark of what it should be. Now you go from your experience, from your team's production rates and stuff like that, and then you come up with a more exact, more customized number or price estimate for that client. And don't worry about, I get when you're first starting, kind of figuring out, okay, what should I charge? But I don't always go around trying to figure out what everybody else charge. Just do the numbers make sense? Does it make sense for my business? Do I get all my expenses covered? Do I have the amount of profit margin that I'm trying to get to? If all that stuff is taken care of, then the number works. It doesn't matter what somebody in New York or somebody in Atlanta or somebody in California what they're charging. Just know what you're charging, what works for your company, for your business, for your team. All right.
Man, y'all said so many things. I don't know which one to riff off, but it was so many of them. Then y'all made me think of my biggest mistake. I want to say that one too. I'll say this. So I want to hit on this one real quick because Tony talked about, and y'all both talked about bidding, but Tony talked about the one where he like some of them contracts he got, and looking back on it, it's like shit. Probably shouldn't even won that one. You know what I mean? Because it's saying he basically saying that he overbid on it. When you look back at the margins and now that he's more educated on the industry and seeing what they actually bid now, it's like okay, that was actually got away with one on that, and that happens. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I'll tell you this though, what I did learn when that did happen, eventually you might even lose those because what happens is especially if it's a bigger contract, they start taking bids every year. And so they're gonna compare you to everybody else, and eventually they're gonna come back to you be like, "Man, that's too much." Da 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 da. What can you do? And so it's like either A, you're gonna stand on it, which a lot of people make the mistake and do, or B, hopefully by then you matured and learned more about bidding like Tony did, and you can actually compromise with them to a point where you're still getting a great profit margin, but then you also you know what I mean? You was able to take it down a notch a little bit because you realized you kind of went too high anyway. So I just want to touch that one. Also, real quick, welcome to Angelica. By the way, my bad, I'm about to land it. Hold on. But also with the bidding part, right? Because I'm glad y'all brought that up. So module 4, clean business starter course. If anybody is in CBN, everybody knows that before I even show you, like I don't just say, all right, click the bidding calculator. That's end all be all. You know what I mean? I straight up do. Let me show you how to bid manually first. Because if you don't know how to bid, then guess what? You don't know how to do it. If you can't do it without the calculator, you really can't do it with the calculator. Like you got a good idea. I've seen plenty of people win it just by going off exactly what that thing said, right? But I'm like, no. Make sure you actually know how to price the job regardless. Because if you don't, you probably gonna mess up. So again, that's why you should be in CBN. But I show you how to do it manually, then I show you how to do it with the calculator. And as long as you know what you're doing, the calculator puts you exactly where you're supposed to be. But you just got to know what you're doing first, because it's up to you to put what's in there. The calculator is simply a calculator. It calculates what you put in it. So if you don't change anything and you just leave it how it is, well, now we're just set for estimates that we guessing across all of the whole country. And just like Sherman said, if somebody's in New York, well, they estimate is not going to be the same as somebody in Florida. You know what I mean? That's two different costs of living. You know what I mean? So don't make these mistakes, y'all. And before I land, my biggest mistake was I will say, oh damn, I finished. Oh, see, I write these things down, but I didn't. Didn't finish writing it because I got distracted by the bidding part. But anyway, I forgot now. I'll come back to it when I think about it. But welcome in, Angelica.
You're muted. So was I when I tried to tell it to.
Or maybe she's not in. All right, cool. Well, moving on. Let's see if I can remember my biggest mistake, and if I can't remember, if anybody want to jump in, feel free.
My bad. I'm sitting here trying to multitask, but
But I
let's see
just
it.
remember actually. I'm gonna go
All right,
first.
good. I'll shut up. There you go.
It was thinking that I need, like, chasing shiny objects when I already had it. You know what I mean? Not going all in on the thing I was already doing. Y'all know, y'all hear me talk about that all the time. Like, if I knew what I know now, telling you, just would have ran that cleaning business up the whole time. That's it. That's it. Like, trying to do everything you see. Oh, that makes money. Oh, that makes money. Oh, that makes money. And it's like, for what? You keep jumping from thing to thing when really you already making money. So why you trying to go find something else that makes money when you already making it? Just reinvest and make this thing that's making money for you make more money for you. As simple as that. So I'd say that's probably my biggest mistake is not leaning in and just scaling up more and more and more. Like, but like I always say, it was a blessing though because now CBN has been born, right? But when I look back at it, like I was watching a podcast yesterday, and I'm gonna see if I can get this guy at the conference. But he runs one of the biggest franchises in the country. They was doing 125 million a year, and he said they have a proprietary software that they use. And then I'm listening to it, and I said, "See, he doing what I was thinking in my head, and what I always like be when I get frustrated. I be like kind of like hinting at this. I'm like, really, I could take everything I know and all the software that we got, just keep all this shit in the house and just go. We
Hmm.
run, you know what I mean, collaborate with the whole CBN that we actually have allies with, and just build CBN and just be the biggest cleaning business in the country. And its Clean Biz Network is a network of cleaning businesses. We really could do that, but I decided to go a different route. But I would say that was my biggest mistake was not leaning into what I already had. Just stick with it. It can take you as far as you want it to go, but people don't believe that it can. And I'm talking about this cleaning business. So I would say that would be mine. But that's I'm gonna land there.
Yeah, bro, I got to co-sign you on. Taylor and I actually talked about that over dinner the other night because my ideas started going crazy and talking to him about some of the new stuff that I'm working on and stuff. And he's like, bro, like, just focus on this one thing. Just focus on that. And he said, bro, could you imagine if we just had focus on one singular thing as hard as you work and as fast as we were moving? Could you imagine if we did that just going in one direction, focusing on one thing and just becoming extremely proficient? Like, we wouldn't have needed no help. Like, it would have been very different. So I feel you 100% there, AJ, because sometimes I still struggle with that.
For sure. All right, cool. I see somebody on Instagram. Let me see who that is. Shout out to Tech of White LLC. Says, hold on, making sure ain't nobody. All right, cool. It says, is 1010 program a one-time fee or is there a monthly charge? Good question. So I actually highlighted, I mentioned this in the video I did this morning on YouTube, but which is the AJ Simmons YouTube channel if you're not aware, because I see you on Instagram. But yeah, so it's $1,000 up front. That's the setup fee right now until next week. Next week it go back up to that 2,500, and yeah, so that's that. But anyway, with $1,000 up front to get you set up, and I can go into what setup mean, but it gets you set up, and then it's 400 a month, and the 400 a month includes one on the most important thing. It includes is one-on-one coach that's going to hold you accountable and meet with you at least every 2 weeks. It's also going to you can get the in-house lead generation course. You're gonna get the starter course. You're gonna get 1 year free to CBN, which is part of what the setup fee covers rather. You will also get a bunch of good stuff. We're gonna make sure your website got the instant quote form on there. We're gonna do a lot of good things. And if you don't got no website, then we'll put that together for you too. We've had people ain't had no logo, and we even built that for them. I told my guys stop going too far. I don't need to do all that, but if that's what it takes in order to get you on track, then that's what it is. So that's 1010. Now, if you don't need all that extra stuff, then we do got regular just CBN membership. But since you asked, that's what it is. And then your second question was for a 5 day per week cleaning contract requiring 35 to 40 labor hours. What profit margin should I target? That's a good question too. At first, I thought you was about to ask a different question, but since you finished it off with that, with profit margin, I would say the max on that. Believe it or not, I'm about to go opposite. The max on that I'm expecting is 20%. it goes lower the bigger the contracts get, and the more the frequency is, and all of that good stuff. Because you're talking day porter now, so or well, not day, but just porter in general, because it might not be day, but you're talking porter. So it's like it, yeah, 20%. Now, if this was regular commercial cleaning, 20% is my floor. But on a contract like that, 20% is my feeling. So that's my opinion. If anybody else want to chime in on that, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'm right around the same thing.
But all right, we will keep it moving. Let's see. Did we get? Let me see. Oh, we got some stuff up here. All right, but let me go back to
Hey,
you.
hold on real quick, man. I was going through security. Um, but
Okay.
but but on that real quick though, I was still, man, I was still shoot for my top, my 30%, 35% or whatever. Like seeing how competitive it is. If it's a competitive bid market, like, they're taking multiple bids, like, they sought you out and stuff like that, then I would still consider that stuff. But I would keep my minimum, and I would know where I need to work down to. Now, something that I learned from Dom was each size of account though has a different margin. So up to like 10,000 square feet has one margin. That margin might be a little heavier, so that might be a 50 to 40% margin. And then when it goes up to 20,000 to 50,000 square feet, we might be in that 20 to 30% range. And so the way we always did our bids was we knew where we wanted to be, um, competitively. But we also, when we submitted that number, we knew what our lowest negotiable number would be. So, hey, this is how much we want for this account. But if we have to go into negotiation, this is the absolute lowest we can go before the account's not worth continuing to bid on.
Oh, you're muted, AJ. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, I'm pretty much right around the same thing with you guys. If somebody's really competing, not really competing, but if I'm going against other people, other bids, then yeah, I may kind of move it down a little bit to like 20%, maybe 25%, something like that. But I always shoot for, definitely if I'm the only person bidding or the one only person that I know of, then I'm gonna try to get my profit margin that that I'm always shooting for. But you can be flexible, just read the room and understand, and you have the ability of asking them, "Hey, are you take?" You can ask them, "Are they taking any other bids, or are they just searching around? Are there other people that are bidding on this account?" Definitely get to the point where you are building a rapport with the person that you are doing the walkthrough with, so that you can ask them questions like that, right? You can ask them budget questions, what's your budget and stuff like that. You can ask them specific questions like what is the current scope of work of the clients or the cleaners that are actually here now. Makes life a whole lot easier for you instead of trying to figure and guess stuff when you get back to your computer. And well, I wonder what the scope of work is, or I wonder what their bid or their budget is. Ask them. Either they're going to tell you or they're not. But it don't stress yourself out trying to figure everything else out when you could just ask the question. Okay, so I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to questions or comments that we have in there. Okay,
Okay, my
there you
bad.
go.
I just
Oh,
about
there you
shut
go.
my
All
door.
right.
I could hear y'all. Just was a way I had to check on that food. All
Okay.
right. What's up, Clean Biz fan? Shout out to Travis Bailey, by the way. Apparently there is two. I was confused and I was trying to figure out if he was the Travis Bailey from back in the day. We used to always say bossed up, but I don't know if that's the same one. But either way, shout out to you. What's up, Clean Biz family? Question: will the conference this year be available for my 15-year-old to attend? Absolutely. I ain't even got to finish reading that. So my daughter will be there. She's 15. My son will be there. He's 13. And then yeah, they'll be fine. Trust me. It's real comfortable environment. And then The venue and the hotel, the venue in particular, the hotel that we're gonna have it at, they know us. Diamond. When we come in town, they know what it is. They used to me, so they know to look after us. So yeah, that'll be fine. And then also, this will be his first flight and first seminar with me. Well, I tell you what, make sure you prepare him to know that they won't all be this great. But congrats. And that's what's up. I love that you keep it because it's gonna make a world of a difference. Like I'm done. That's an experience that especially at these years too. That's a very formidable year. That 15, like huge impact. So absolutely, I encourage you to bring them. And then that they might. I mean, tell them pull up. I'm gonna have my kids. I'm gonna try to set them up a vendor's booth. Sometimes they like to act shy on me, but this year I think they're gonna. I'm gonna get them to cooperate. We're gonna have them a vendor's booth, and they're gonna sell their little stuff too. So, yeah, but tell them pull up for sure. Absolutely. What else we got? Mighty Glory says, "Hello everyone, doing the cleaning business here to learn more. You in the right place? You are in the right place. My phone's going crazy on both of them. Meant to mute those. All right, what else we got? I think I missed that one. Yes, sir, you did. Prayers answer, getting mine. All right, man. Shout out to you. Oh, he talking about the fact that we added the automations to the 1010. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. And then what else we got? Oh, not that shit. All right, cool. I think we made it through those. Let's see what we got on Instagram. All right, bam. That's it. We ran out of questions. So back to the prompt, unless y'all got a new prompt.
Hey,
We just
hey, I got one more for you, AJ. One more mistake. Um,
talk to me.
if y'all don't mind.
Absolutely.
Um,
Talk your talk.
but nah, man. Um, as bad as this sound, like I don't want nobody to think I'm being bougie or anything when I say this. But man, get your business established and things going and growing in the direction you want to before you hire the hood. Like, and I
Mm,
don't mean I don't.
mm.
That means something different for everybody.
Wait,
The
say
hood
that
could be
again.
your family.
You said before you hired the what?
The hood,
Good.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I
Talk,
get it.
talk
Yeah,
right
I get
now.
it. Talk.
like because man, I had this superhero complex when I started my business. That's the reason why I started a cleaning business because I've always been a trainer, a teacher, like somebody that can uplift and stuff like that. I can get people from point A to point B very quickly, like, teach people. So I'm like, what kind of business can I start that like is easy for me, low startup, I can use my hands, but it's also something that I can teach anybody how to do. And so in my mind, like I'm thinking, like, bruh, like all the bruhs that can't get jobs because of felonies and different things like that, like the ones that they might not have the look or the appearance where people want to hire them and stuff like that, man. Cats that I grew up with, and I went back and I hired everybody. Like, bruh, one time I remember one job site, like we had like 20 people out there, and they were all like people that I knew. But what happens is if you start doing that too soon without really truly being very careful about who you bring on your team. Like one thing I can say, I know people are against hiring family and stuff like that, but my family, anytime they've helped me in the business, it's always been solid. But it was a lot of times when I tried to hire a lot of people that I thought needed it and would appreciate what I'm doing and would appreciate the help and all that stuff like that. Man, and they ended up, doing me the worst. So maybe I'm a little jaded, but like I've seen it happen multiple times on different levels in different businesses. I've even seen it happen with people. They get their job and they become a manager and they want to hire all their homeboys and stuff like that, and then everything starts falling off.
You can catch.
So man, before you start, making those hero hires, make sure you get your business in order. You establish your reputation and you have those systems in place so that like when those people come into your business that don't need to be there, there's a system in place to recognize that very quickly and funnel them out as fast as you can. Or, you have the system in place where instead of funneling them out, it exposes where you didn't train them or one of your managers missed training them or something like that. It exposes where you missed an opportunity to get them on the right track. So before you have the hero hires, as I like to call them, you coming back as a savior, and oh, I done started my own business. I'm hiring everybody. Y'all can't get no jobs. Come work for me. Like before you do that, if that's on anybody's mind, man, evaluate your business and make sure you got your ducks in a row before you start doing that. Hire some key players, hire some people that's gonna stay there and work with you and grow with you and be loyal and all that stuff, and then start bringing in everybody else.
Bro, I think that might be the biggest one. I think that,
Yep. Yep.
that
Mm.
might be the biggest one right there. God damn. Listen, you know what I learned? I hate to admit this too, because the entire reason that I became self-employed or be my own boss and went this whole route was because I hate routines. I hate systems. I hate establishment. I hate all. I'm a rebel, right? Everything that no, let me go do it. Let me go see with my hard headed ass. And what I had come to learn is most of these things are in place for a reason. Things exist for a reason. They typically not letting you get the place because you got bad credit for a goddamn reason. You just showed your damn character. You typically, if you don't look professional, bro. You don't. If you ain't got the damn job somewhere else, you probably ain't gonna do good over here either. You know what I mean? It's just like I thought you start to notice these patterns, but it took for me to try to create my own thing and think I was gonna have that savior complex that you talking about, and try to do it just to go back and learn that, you know what? I see why these companies before me put this system in place. I see why that entrepreneur that's bigger than me got a daily routine. I see why, even though he do multi millions a year, he keep doing. You know what I mean? It's like these certain habits, and it's like that really hurts me because it's like, damn. So basically, I did all of this just to put myself back in the system. You know what I mean? But it's yes until you get there. Until you get there, yes. And that's one of the biggest things that we got to face, and we don't like it, but it's true. Until you get it, it is a particular point you can get to where you don't have to do it, right? But until you get there, just go ahead and accept that you got to do it. But now that was a huge one, Tony. Appreciate that one.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Um, what was I getting right? Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind.
My bad, I overtalked it. I must have overtalked. My bad. All right, what else we got? Shout out to
Oh wow.
Rena checking in. Look, we got good people in here. Says it's my wonderful. Oh, ain't nobody tell me nothing. Oh, happy birthday to Sherman. Hold on, we need about 1,000 horns. Ain't nobody tell us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, big dog.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look, he
Yeah, I
said
wasn't
happy
gonna say
birthday.
anything.
Hey, he got his camera off because he got that cigar and that scotch going heavy right now.
Look, we about to go camera on and do a shot together. You lucky I ain't got nothing to take a shot with, but
Hey, what kind of cigar, what kind of scotch you sipping for the birthday, man?
Oh,
What's the
of
flavor
course.
today?
Oh yeah, I'm always. I got this new one that my daughter sent me. She was deployed, and while she was overseas, she sent me uh a case of cigars. So it's a new one. It's actually, I thought it was something else. It's called Davidoff or Davidoff, however you pronounce that. But actually, really, really smooth. And I'll be sipping on some bourbon shortly. But I've been sitting here. I haven't done anything yet. I've been working on an automation and also working on this CBN conference challenge that I created. So that's all I've been doing really. So that's why I'm glad the camera has been off because I've been fixing the automation for that, and I actually just finished it. So I'll announce it before we get off of here.
all right now. That's all. Give me a second. That's all right now. Hey, shout out to Rena. That's a good wife there.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. That's
Look,
my
she
baby.
said you're amazing, Sherman Lewis. That's what I'm talking about.
I appreciate it. So is she.
That's what's
Ah,
up. All right, the people are eyes. You gonna get my question? I'm gonna get. We gonna get y'all question. Hold on. All right, what do we got? That hit right in the air, Tony. We appreciate you sharing. Absolutely. That's my day. He killed it every time. Who else we got? Cyber 2020 says, hi everyone. Can you guys please extend the deadline for the 1010 program to September 1st? Since this month is almost over, just like the deadline for the automation. Actually, if I look at my calendar, it's it's gonna be right there. So
Mhm.
knowing me, like I'm saying next week, which next week's supposed to be Monday, but I do this stuff myself. So
Mhm.
and I don't typically work on Mondays. If I do the staff meeting, and then I'll do like fun stuff like Sherman did today. Like he worked on automation. That's fun for him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But I don't like. I try to no meetings or none of that. So I probably won't get to it until Tuesday anyway. But yeah, so you probably good. Just email us if I changed it already, and then I'll make an exception for that. All right, what else we got? Happy birthday to Sherman. Absolutely
appreciate
appreciate
it.
that.
Thank you.
Uh, can either of you describe some mistakes you have made in the past regarding holding on to a contract that no longer serves your business?
Oh, I got it. No, me. Let me go. I got
Oh, and this the
it.
last one too, because we're gonna let you do his birthday.
I got it. All right. So here you go. All right. So contract, a lot of times we get in the business and we get these contracts. We get small ones, we get large ones, or whatever, right? And we think everybody thinks, oh, I want $1,000 or a 2,000 or $3,000 account, monthly account. Those things require a lot of work, right? A lot of, and I mean a lot of work by babysitting them and making them feel, I don't even know the word that I want to use, but this it's a lot of work when you get those larger accounts. And sometimes we hold on to them so long that it's not even beneficial anymore. I've held on to a few accounts. Well, I don't have them anymore because I got rid of them because you can fire your clients. If the relationship is not working, they are expecting more than what's in the scope of work. You try to say, okay, well, now this account has changed in reference to the amount of traffic that's moving in and out of the building. So we need to change the scope of work, or we need to go up in price or something like that. If they don't want to come to the table, then sometimes you may need to let them go. And I've let probably two larger accounts over what this one, I think that one was like 15 or $1,700. Large for me. I don't know about you. I don't know how balling you are, but 17 is a large account for me. So yeah, sometimes you got to let them go. And you have to understand, you'll feel it. You'll absolutely feel it if it's stressing you out to the point that you are trying to change everything in your day to make sure that this account gets taken care of, because they're wanting this, that, and the third, and they're complaining about all these types of things that you've already explained. Hey, this is not in the scope of work. This is what's in the scope of work, and they're still expecting things more than what you've agreed upon. Sometimes you got to let them go. And here's another thing. I don't want to go too far, but sometimes you got to let them go. But sometimes letting them go creates the room for the blessing that you've already been prepared for, because you've been dealing with their asses and all their complainings before. So you've been dealing with that for like a year and a half, or however long it took, and you've created all these other kinds of, okay, I'm gonna do this for my team, and I'm gonna make sure they do this, and you started creating new systems and new processes, not for them. You created it. You were being prepared to create it for the new account that you're about to get. Every time I've lost a large account, I've got an account that's larger than that one. Every single time I've gotten a large account. And I couldn't figure out why. It was because I was being prepared for that. Had I gotten that account before I went through all of that, I wouldn't have been able to deal with it. But because I was able to learn from all the trials that I was going through with those accounts, I was able to create better things. I was able to create better systems and stuff like that. Now, when that other account came in and is much larger, then I was like, okay, I can handle this easily because I've already figured it out from that other account. So yeah, let them go if you want, if it's causing you stress and it's not really beneficial and you're not making a huge profit off of it anyway. Nah, get rid of it. That's just take. My take. That's it.
Yeah, can I chime in on that just real quick too? Like, man, just be careful for the. I think something that help that prevents that a little bit is to don't ignore the red flags. Don't
Mm,
don't 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 just want to close so bad
yep.
that you ignore all the red flags and think like, oh man, we different. because I can think of two very specific accounts. One was about 7 grand a month, and we doggone it was not a hard account. Like it wasn't a hard account to work. Um, but the customers were just it's like they complained every day. We brought on the team that they had there because they had been there for like 10 years with the other company, but they just didn't like how the other company managed. So the client like asked us like, can you please hire these people?
Mm,
And so, we did that, and we put them in our system and stuff like that. But then find out they weren't cleaning all the buildings because it was like 4 buildings on that account. They weren't cleaning all the buildings. They weren't doing a lot of stuff that needed to be done. So we let them go. As soon as we let them go, like it was legit, like not a day that we could go through without getting a complaint of some sort. Like, and it was so bad that I went and cleaned the whole account, all 4 buildings. It took me about 9 hours. I did it all myself and I didn't miss anything. I took my pictures and all that stuff. And I got a complaint the next morning that somebody didn't put trash bags in the bathroom. And I instantly got up. Like, I had just got home and I was like, nah, bro, we ain't doing this. And I drove up there and I was like, hey, it's such and such. Like, that's not that's not that's not true. Well, they could be using the same pictures and stuff. I say, yes, ma'am, I understand that that can happen. But the thing about last night is I cleaned the building. Like I did all of this stuff. These pictures are on my phone and I took them last night. So somebody is coming in and it's like somebody sabotaging us. And she said, no, there's nobody here that has enough time to do that. And I said, well, obviously, because if I know for a fact that I did it and we still getting a complaint. So we kept trying to hold on to that account, even though it's just like, bro, we should have gave that account up a long time ago. The revenue was nice. The profit margin was fantastic. But it was just such a headache that Jared used to call me all the time, my ops guy. He used to be like, bro, what's the deal? Are we getting rid of this and stuff like that? Like, cause he's the one that has had to deal with all that. And he was like, bro, we might have to just get rid of this account. But me being stubborn, no, bro, we can fix it. Let's just get another team in there, bro. We put like 3 or 4 different teams in there. Still the same thing. And it was just kind of like one of those ones that we should have walked away from way earlier than we did. And then we had a college we was invoicing them 35K a month. Like, and we thought that like, because that revenue was so good that the account was good. Man, like that was probably hands down the worst account I've ever had because they were scope bullies. So what they would do is they knew that that 35 wasn't enough for what they really wanted, and we had that discussion. But once we signed the contract and put our team on the campus, like it's like they tried to squeeze out every little bit of extra work that they could like without wanting to compensate us for it. And if we didn't meet that demand, then they had a complaint about everything else we were doing. So it was just like they tried to bully us because what they were used to is having smaller companies that need that revenue so bad that they can't walk away. And we were kind of in that position, but we also weren't afraid to walk away because we had already, gone through that before. But just don't ignore the red flags, man. Just pay attention to the signs, y'all, because they usually there before you even get the account.
At this point, I just wish I had something in the studio with the button I can hit where it says, Stevie want to song "Happy Birthday to You" to close it out, but I ain't got that. I'm not that advanced.
yeah. Hey, AJ, do me a favor before you close it out. Let me do the challenge real quick.
Okay, bet.
So if that's cool. So the CBN conference is coming up October 8th and 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. And last year, every year is absolutely amazing. So much, so many people are in the room and so much information is passed and shared and so many connections are created. So last year, and I think every year for the most part, somebody has given away tickets to, general tickets, not room and board, not all that stuff, just tickets to the event. So I want to do the same thing. So I created challenge. It's called the 2026 CBN Conference Challenge. This is this is me. I'm doing it. So what it is, and I'm gonna explain it, is one person is going to receive a free ticket to the CBN conference, right? For the October 8th, 9th in Jacksonville, Florida. And all you have to do to enter, you're going to submit a short 60 to 90-second video telling us who you are, the biggest obstacle you're facing in your cleaning business right now, and why getting into that room is could help you reach the next level. All right. So we're not looking for the biggest company. We're not looking for someone who's serious. I'm sorry, we're looking for someone who's serious about building, right? So what you're going to do is I'm going to put the link in the comments. You go to the link, you fill out the form, and it's going to tell you what to do. All right. You get, because I do automations, you're going to get an automated email, automatic text message. It's going to walk you through the process of what you need to do. I'm only taking like the first 26 applicants, and then on September, I think it's going to be around September 8th is when we're going to close it out, and then I think that following week I'll kind of decide when we're going to do the actually decide who's going to be the winner of the free ticket. Okay, so that's my 2026 CBO conference pick. There you
Straight heat, bruh.
go. Yeah. All right, so I'm putting it in the chat now, or the comment. Where?
Hey, if y'all don't hop on that, then I don't know what else. Hey, listen, I was about to say I'll match it, this or that, but you know what? We need some more sales, so
Yeah.
you better go on into that competition because, yep, not yet. Sherman got you.
Yeah, I got you.
Look, he did this on his birthday. See how giving we are?
Yeah.
He over there giving. Y'all supposed to be giving to him. I appreciate that, bro, for
Yeah,
real. Thank you.
that no problem.
Absolutely. So I guess this is the time where we let the people know who we are, how they can follow our journey, and we wrap it on up from here. What we got?
All right,
Man,
so I'm getting ready to get
I'm
off.
talking. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
your
gonna get off
birthday,
here and
big dog.
go get my cigar and sit with my wife. Sit with my wife. So I am Sherman Lewis. I am the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning Company, Clean Success Academy, Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions, and the author of The Invisible Bottleneck, which you can get on my branded website, which is shermanlewisofficial.com. Systems and automations is what you need. I'm the person you want to talk to. CBN is the place you want to be. The conference is where you absolutely must be in order to take your business to the next level. Hey guys, thank you for the birthday wishes. I love y'all, and I'll catch you next time. I'm out.
Appreciate you,
Man,
bro.
I'm Tony Williams. Man, again, man, I'm honored to be here and share with y'all. Man, it's always awesome talking shop with my brothers. Um, But man, I look forward to seeing y'all, man. I know a lot of y'all that are on this live and been joining the live regularly, man. Y'all been saying y'all got your tickets, getting your tickets, man. If you haven't got your ticket, go ahead and get that ticket, man, because you don't want to miss it this year. 2026 is going to be better because AJ has outdone himself every single year. Every year has been better than the previous, so you don't want to miss this one. It's going to be epic. It's the fifth anniversary, so we got a milestone here. Um, and if y'all see how far we come from the very first conference to what's about to happen this year, man, y'all really don't want to miss it. But again, I'm Tony Williams, man. Y'all go ahead, hop on over, subscribe to my channel. It ain't nothing on there right now, but it's coming. So man, like y'all help me out. Subscribe to the channel. See y'all at the conference.
I just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning into this live. Thank the coaches, man. Tony be cooking. Sherman always be cooking. We all, man. It is what it is. Y'all see what it is. Not finna over talk it. I gave y'all a video this morning. We went live at 2, and here we are again. It just don't stop. But that's what it takes if you want to win. So, and if you do, come rock with CBN at the CBN conference. Go to cbnconference.com. Get your tickets. Also,
AJ Big Dog, if you've been talking, you've been muted.
oh, am I? No, I'm not muted. Can anybody else hear me? Hold on. I was cooking too. I was on the road. You can't hear me, Tone? I'm gonna keep talking. The thing say that y'all supposed to be able to hear me. Okay, but see, I was on the road too. All right, but all right. So, but yeah, without further ado, but yeah. So, bam. And if you want a one-on-one mentor, make sure you go to 1010program.com. If you just want to join the family, you like, man, I don't really need all that, but I want to rock with y'all. You go to Clean Biz Network, join the regular membership. It's all good. I appreciate y'all for checking in. Thank y'all for giving me feedback too. Let me know y'all can hear me. And but yeah, we'll see y'all at the conference, man. CBNconference.com is no. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a community like this ever. You know what I mean? If it was, I would just go ahead and join them. To be honest with you, I would join them. But don't nobody do it like this. Everybody want to be. I'm trying to watch myself. They went down. Nah. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. CBNconference.com for conference tickets, and then also 1010 program if you want us one-on-one as your mentor. We're going to take care of you guys good.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.